Hi, we're the Garcia family. I'm Yanni.
I'm Michael.
I'm Diaz. I'm Maceo.
Our son Maceo was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia on July 18th, 2018. About a month prior to that, he was experiencing consistent low-grade fevers. So, of course, we took him to his pediatrician, and they just kind of told us to keep an eye on him. That was probably just a virus since he didn't have any other symptoms, and get to bring him back in if it persisted. A week passed and he was still having fevers, so we actually ended up taking him to urgent care. It was a Friday evening, and it was kind of the same thing, that it was probably a virus and just keep an eye on him, and we should check back in with our pediatrician and maybe they could run some blood tests. Because it was a Friday, I told my husband after the weekend, if it still was happening, we were gonna take him to Seattle Children's, and that next week we did. We took him into the emergency department, and right away they did blood work on Maceo, and I remember about an hour later a doctor came in and started using terms like oncology and leukemia, and we looked at each other kind of in shock, like, what are they talking about? You know, we just came in for a fever. It's not what we were expecting. So later that night, they admitted us to the 8th floor, and we were able to get a little bit of rest after that long night, and after hearing all of that. The next day, I got up in the morning and made my way out to the lobby to give my parents a call, since Diaz was spending the night there, and to just kind of let them know what was happening. Because as far as they knew, we were just taking Maceo in because he had fevers, not really anything else. And as I was sitting there, I looked up over the doors and to the entrance of the 8th floor, and it said cancer care unit. And it kind of just hit me then. And to realize that this could really be happening, because in the middle of the night when they brought us up there, they took us a back way, and I have really really no recollection of where we were, or what floor we were on, or that there was different floors.
It's kind of a blur.
It was a blur. That really sunk in at that moment. But later that day, it was confirmed that Maceo did end up having ALL, and our life was getting ready to change. So
Thank you for.
No, not yet. So from there, we started the frontline treatment, and we were inpatient for a couple weeks. Maceo got his port put in with a direct line to his heart for chemo medications and blood tests. And then we got to go home, but almost immediately there were complications, and Maceo developed an infection in his port line, and so he had to have it removed. Then we were readmitted and had to stay for about a month because at that time they also discovered blood clots in his heart and lungs. That was also a really tough time for Diaz because one of us was having to stay at the hospital every night with Maceo, so we had to switch off, and Diaz was kind of only had one parent around every day, so that was a tough time for her.
but she also was having to spend most of her days with a grandparent,
Right.
Unless she was coming to visit us at the hospital.
So throughout the next few months, we were taking lots of trips to Children's, including right around Christmas time, when we were having to go every day for quite a while. And during that time, we were really lucky to have been connected with Footprints of Fight, and they provided us with gas cards to help with our daily commute to the hospital, house cleaners to give us some peace of mind when we would come home from, during those hectic times, and grocery cards to relieve some financial burden. But more importantly, though, these things, they provided us with relief from some of the stress of our new life. Currently, Maceo is in maintenance, and he'll be finishing up his 2-year treatment at the end of September. So it's really exciting. We're really grateful, though, and blessed to have Footprints of Fight in our community and available to families like us, right?
Mm-hmm. Thank you for Prince of Light. We love you. Thank you for all you did for our family.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
I love you.
Bye.
Bye.